The storm came suddenly, fierce and unrelenting, transforming the quiet suburban neighborhood into a scene of chaos and terror. It started as just another rainy evening, but within hours, the streets were submerged under inches of water. The floodwaters came so quickly that no one had time to react, not even the seasoned residents who had seen heavy rains before. But for one HOA woman, her nightmare was just beginning. As the rain intensified, so did the flooding. The water began to rise rapidly, filling the streets and inching its way toward her house. Panic set in when she realized that the water was creeping up to the second floor, and the rising tide had nowhere to go. She gathered her daughter in a panic, telling her to hold on tight. The little girl clutched her mother's hand as they hurried to the roof, hoping for safety. But the roof, usually a place of refuge, became their new battleground. The floodwaters reached higher, relentlessly swirling around them. The woman's heart raced as the storm's fury unleashed, sending debris crashing through the air. They had no choice but to cling to whatever they could. The mother and daughter held onto the rooftop railing, fighting against the strong currents that pulled at them with the ferocity of a wild animal. With each wave, it felt like the floodwaters were trying to tear them from their perch. The wind howled, the water surged, and the storm raged around them. Every second felt like a lifetime as they struggled to stay above the rising tide. Desperation began to take hold, but the mother knew she had to stay strong for her daughter. She held her tightly, whispering words of reassurance even though her own heart was filled with fear. There was no way to predict how long they would stay stranded there, but they couldn't give up, not now. As the hours dragged on, help was finally on its way. Rescue teams worked tirelessly, maneuvering through the floodwaters to reach them. Their hopes soared when they saw the rescue boat approaching, but it was still a race against time. They had to hold on just a little longer. When the boat finally reached them, the mother and daughter were exhausted, but safe. The strength of their bond and their will to survive had carried them through the darkest of moments. It was a day neither of them would ever forget, a story of courage, hope, and survival in the face of unimaginable odds. The storm eventually passed, but the memories of that terrifying night would stay with them forever. It was a reminder of how fragile life can be and how, in the face of nature's fury, the human spirit can shine through.